Hello everyone, I'm Liesl Morris and I'm here to be explaining about Reading Part C. Reading Part C consists of 2 extracts with 8 questions each. You need to select the correct answer for each of the multiple choice questions given in the following. Without any delay, let's get into it. Here we can see the first question. Now, there is a rule we need to follow, which we need to keep in our brains at all costs while doing this part C of reading. It is the QTA method. That is question, text, answers. So first we need to read the questions, then we need to read the text given, and only then we browse through the answers. Now, let's start. Question 7. In the first paragraph, what does the word quest imply mean? Now, we read the question and now we're directly going to go into the text. We see such studies in magazines, in newspapers, and on websites all the time that pets can help ease things like depression or anxiety. They also can aid in your quest for love. Guys who are dog lovers have long known that a trip to the dog park can get you a date, and one study backs this up. Another finds that positive interactions with your dog can help you make more friends and improve on the friendship you have. So what does the word quest imply? Now we have already seen the word quest in the paragraph. In the sentence, they also can aid in your quest for love. What do mean by quest for love? Basically, what they're saying is that pets can aid in your quest for love. Aid means help. Keep that in mind. Aid means help. So pets can help in your quest for love. Once we've read the paragraph, I want to go back to the question slide and just go through the options: search, mission, act, and think. Pets can aid in your quest for love. Humans are often deprived of love and we are always in a search for it. Now, I want to add each word in that sentence to see if it gives an accurate meaning. For example, they also can aid in your search for love. They also can aid in your mission for love. They also can aid in your act for love. They also can aid in your think for love. The most accurate among these would be search for love, since most of the times this is actually very real in the normal life too. That in case we all own pets, searched for love, pets were the ones that have given us the love and they helped us cope up with that. Now we know that the answer is search for love. Again, you can understand they also can aid in your quest for love, which basically means that dogs or any kinds of pet will help you in getting the love you were searching for. Let's move on to the next question. Why do social workers use animals nowadays? We read the question, we'll be going to the text. Animal-based therapy isn't new. Sigmund Freud often had a dog present in sessions with his patients as a calming presence. Social workers today use animals as an icebreaker, particularly when working with adolescents or children. These latest findings are particularly important nowadays. However, as more and more hospitals, nursing homes, universities, prisons, and other such facilities are using animal assisted therapy as a way to calm residents and improve their condition. According to a review published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, such initiatives may have been enacted prematurely. Though it makes sense that contact with pets would have a positive impact, the truth is, from strictly a scientific standpoint, we don't really know for sure. In the question, they're asking why do social workers use animals these days or nowadays? Here we can see the mention of social workers in sentence number 3. Social workers today use animals as an icebreaker, particularly when working with adolescents or children. Icebreaker is a kind of a slang. So if you break ice, it melts and becomes water. Now, that means that icebreaker as in slang is used to say that you broke the hard ice or the hard tension between two people, and most of the times you use it in a sentence to say she broke the ice while talking to me. So you had an awkward tension and she broke it by starting a conversation. Now, coming to the options mentioned here, we can see that A has to relieve tension between people or start a conversation. Exactly what I mentioned, the meaning of an icebreaker is. So it's very obvious that the answer is A. Let's move on to the next question. A review published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology claims that we read the question and try to understand the question, that a review that was published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology. There is a journal based on clinical psychology, and what does this journal claim? Let's see. According to a review published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, such initiatives may have been enacted prematurely. Though it makes sense that contact with pets would have a positive impact, the truth is, from strictly a scientific standpoint, we don't really know for sure. As mentioned in the text, there is this sentence, according to a review published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology. So we got the main subject, that now in this journal, what are they claiming exactly? Initiatives may have been enacted prematurely. Initiate means start or begin the process of something. So that means if you read the previous sentences, more hospitals, nursing homes, universities, prisons, and other such facilities are using animal assisted therapy as a way to calm residents and improve their condition. These initiatives may have been enacted prematurely. Prematurely means fast or without thinking a lot. And the synonym for this word is hastily. Now, going up and reading the options. A. Animals help feel better. B. Animals don't have any impact on the positive feelings of people. C. The decision to incorporate animal therapy in various facilities may have been made hastily. D. Incorporating animal therapy in various facilities was a good decision. A. Animals help feel better. The option is not exactly claimed by the Journal of Clinical Psychology. It is a general universal truth. B. Animals don't have any impact on the positive feelings of people. You can see the next sentence, though it makes sense that contact with pets would have a positive impact. The truth is, we don't really know for sure. So we don't know if animals have any impact or not. C. The decision to incorporate animal therapy. Incorporate is initiate or start or begin again. Animal therapy in various facilities may have been made hastily, and D is actually fighting back for the option C. Option D is stating incorporating animal therapy in various facilities was a good decision. Now, option C is telling you that it has been made hastily or fast without thinking, and D is telling you that it was a good decision to start animal therapy in these facilities. But according to the Journal of Clinical Psychology it says that these have been made prematurely, which means it is made without thinking. So the answer is C. Option C is the answer over here. The 10th question. What does a psychologist Molly Crossman mean when she says that the evidence is a wash? Now, there is a psychologist named Molly Crossman. Now, what exactly does she mean when she says that evidence is a wash? Let's go to the text and read it. Human-animal interaction has been a subject of research for decades. Even so, the evidence is a wash. The slang is right there, the idiom. According to psychologist Molly Crossman, who conducted the 55 review, some studies find that interacting with pets has benefits, others do not. Another problem is the quality of such studies. For instance, those that look at animal assisted therapy have only examined the short term impact. Also, there isn't usually a control group to compare results to in these studies. So, whether the impact is significant is in question, and if so, whether or not the benefit is long term. It is clear that human animal interaction HAI has a small to medium impact in the near term, but beyond that, we just don't know. This kind of research may be tainted for another reason. In many of these settings, a trainer brings the animal in. But what effect is the trainer having on these outcomes? The positive benefits might derive not from interacting with the animal but its handler. Now, we are talking about Molly Crossman and what she says. This evidence, that is, human animal interaction, has been a subject of research for decades. That is the evidence you have. But is a wash. She's saying that this all evidence, the whole paragraph is a wash. What does it mean? That means is a wash is usually termed to say that it's of no benefit or it doesn't matter to anyone. We usually say that sab pani mein nikal gaya. That means there was no benefit to anyone and it just got destroyed. So, this whole evidence has no benefit and gives no benefit to anyone, which is what option A says. Because the evidence is not weak, there is a lot of sentences describing the evidence. The evidence is bad. The psychologist didn't say anything about that. And that the evidence is convincing. The last sentence is pretty against the option D. Let's go to the next question. Which of these things are not mentioned in the review? Question 11. Which of these things are not mentioned in the review? We see in line number 5 that there is a sentence containing option A that says another problem is the quality of such studies. That means there is a problem about the study and the quality of the study. So it's not option A. Option B, the lack of control groups. You can see in line number 8, also there isn't usually a control group to compare results to in these studies. So they're saying that there normally isn't any control groups, so there is no lack, there's no shortage. It's just usually there aren't control groups to use. But it is still mentioned in the review. Option C, the long-term significance of human-animal interaction. Now, although you're going to search 100 times in this paragraph, you cannot really search anything that's related to the long-term significance of human-animal interaction. You can see that there is some short-term impact. They have examined the short-term impact and they have examined the small to medium impact. But beyond that, we don't know about the long-term impact. So the long-term impact and significance is basically the same thing. So they have no idea about the long-term significance. They have an clue, and they have already examined the short term and the small to medium term. They don't know about the long term. And D, option D, the fact that only the short term impact was considered. So, as seen before in the previous sentences, we can see that those that look at animal assisted therapy have only examined the short term impact. So, they've examined the short term impact and it was considered. So, it is option C, since there is nothing mentioned and they have no idea about the long term significance. Question 12. What does the writer claim about the physical and psychological benefits of owning a dog? Let's read the paragraph. Owning a pet has also been determined to have health and psychological benefits. And although we can see those who have a dog or a cat at a young age are less likely to develop allergies. With the psychological advantages, since these were observational studies, the results are indeterminable, at least for now. Again, reading the question, you can get that what does the writer claim about the physical and psychological benefits of owning a dog? Now, he's claiming the physical and psychological benefits of a dog. Reading the options, we have option number A. There is evidence that people owning a pet since early childhood are less likely to develop allergies. Option B. There is evidence that there are many mental health benefits. Option C. The evidence is conclusive. And option D. The evidence is dubious or unsure. That's the meaning of dubious. That is, you have a little doubt and it's not completely sure, So, by the paragraph, we can see that all of these have a little connection to the text. You can see that it is determined to have health and psychological benefits. There is some kind of connection to option B. And you can see that in the next sentence, we can see those who have a dog or a cat at a young age are less likely to develop allergies. Okay, it is something related to option A. But by the last sentence, you can see that these were observational studies. These aren't sure. Why? Because you just saw. Now imagine you have a big family, and you see that most of them own cats and dogs, and many of them don't develop allergies. But you didn't do any scientific research, or you didn't the results are just based on your observations. There might be plenty of other people in the world you don't know anything about, and they can have symptoms or signs that is completely different to what you think about or what you have observed. So it is not a determined evidence that all of the following is true, because there is a chance that they can be false. So you are unsure because whatever you have said in the text here about the psychological benefits, about the allergies and stuff, those are only observational studies and the results are indeterminable, at least for now. So the evidence, or this whole text was evidence to the options, but they're indeterminable, which means they're dubious or they're unsure. You still have a doubt. So it is option D. How can the terminally ill benefit from animal assisted therapy? Now, terminally ill means a disease that can never be cured and will remain with you till the death. So how can the terminally ill people whose diseases cannot be cured, how can they benefit or how can they get help from animal assisted therapy? Let's read the text. There are several theoretical reasons why interacting with friendly animals on a regular basis may improve our condition. Animals and humans can share positive emotions. For instance, say someone is terminally ill and suffering from chronic pain. They take part in animal assisted therapy. Playing or cuddling with a cute dog or cat would improve their mood. Since mood has proven to dampen or heighten pain, a better mood would hypothetically improve their condition. Yet, there is such a thing as the placebo effect. Now, if it wasn't obvious enough, you can see in this instance, I've given an example and the question comes in between the example. For instance, say someone is terminally ill and suffering from chronic pain. So there is a person who is terminally ill and is suffering from chronic pain. Now he goes and takes part in animal assisted therapy as mentioned in the question. Playing or cuddling is basically hugging and just enjoying time with an object, okay? Playing or cuddling with a cute dog or cat would improve their mood. Since mood has been proven to dampen, that is lesser, or heighten, that is make more pain, a better mood would hypothetically improve their condition. Now, they're telling that if you terminally ill person, how does a terminally ill person benefit? Reading the options, they can play or cuddle with an animal. That doesn't seem like a benefit, that just is a situation. Option B, they may start feeling better. Option C, their pain can be heightened. Option D, that illness can be treated. Now, even without reading the text, the answer is very, very obvious because option A doesn't seem like a benefit. It is just a situation. Option B, we can keep that for the side to explain exactly why that's the answer. Option C, the pain can be heightened. How is that a benefit? If your pain is getting more and more, that is in no way close to even being a benefit for a person. And option D, the illness can be treated. Now, I don't know about any pet that can treat a chronic disease, or I have never heard of a pet like that. But that makes no sense, even generally talking, and it's not mentioned in the text. So here we can see that a better mood would hypothetically improve their condition, yet there is such a thing as the placebo effect. Now, a better mood would hypothetically improve the condition. Now, what is the meaning of hypothetically? Basically, it's an assumption or a common, just random assumption people have. So, obviously, people say better mood would obviously improve a person's condition. So, people tell that better mood would hypothetically, that is assumption, would hypothetically improve their condition, yet this is where people can get confused. There is such a thing as a placebo effect. Placebo effect basically means a medicine or procedure prescribed for the psychological benefit to the patient rather than for any psychological effect. What it actually means is it's just some pill or shot that's given for the benefit and not for the effect. So nothing's gonna change in a body. It's just gonna be for like a short term nice feeling, and it's just for the benefit. So why is there a yet? That is because it is telling it's not really a psychological effect. There's nothing happening in your body. You just feel the betterness and you can just feel good. Your mood will be very lightened and stuff playing with a pet. So that's why option B is correct, because the patient who is terminally ill and has started animal assisted therapy will start feeling better. Why is the author feeling skeptical in 6th paragraph regarding the benefits from animal assisted therapy? Let's see the text. There are several theoretical reasons why interacting with friendly animals on a regular basis may improve our condition. Animals and humans can share positive emotions. For instance, say someone is terminally ill and suffering from chronic pain. They take part in animal assisted therapy. Playing or cuddling with a cute dog or cat would improve their mood. Since mood has been proven to dampen or heighten pain, a better mood would hypothetically improve their condition. Yet there is such a thing as a placebo effect. Now, Option A says because there's a lack of solid evidence, but the first sentence denies that. There are several theoretical reasons. So there are many, reasons that basically there is a lot of evidence. Option B, because sometimes the belief of the patient in the positive outcome is beneficial. Let's keep that aside and then discuss why that is the correct answer. Option C, because there are high chances that the mood can be hypothetically improved. Because there are high chances that the mood can be hypothetically improved. But in the text, it is said that better mood would hypothetically improve condition. There is no sentence saying that hypothetically the mood will improve. There is a sentence saying the mood will improve condition, but playing with cats and dogs won't improve your mood. Okay, so it will improve condition, it won't make your mood better. So that's option is C is invalid. D is because there are only theoretical grounds for the claim. There is no such thing like that told. There are several theoretical reasons and also other uh, reasons told. So there is not, option D is not mentioned. Also in the question we have skeptical, name word skeptical. That is dubious, doubtful or unsure. You still have doubts, that author has doubts about the benefits. So, B, because sometimes the belief of the patient in the positive outcome is beneficial. Now, all this thing, because if you see, would improve the mood. Playing or cuddling with a cute dog or cat would improve the mood. It's not completely true. It is just a belief, it is just an assumption taken by the patient that playing with the cat or dog would improve their mood. So, the belief of the patient in the positive outcome is beneficial. So, that is the answer, option B. Thank you so much for staying till the end.